This one's really gonna come and bite her in the ass. Um, these people haven't seen as much material as a lot of us have in regards to Chantal. They don't know that she's changed her name a few times, right? They don't know that she has a bunch of footage out there exposing her giganormous body, jiggling it around, you know. These people don't know what they're getting themselves into by subscribing to her channel to do this sub for sub scheme. But as you'll see, she found some Arabic channel that's willing to do it, and she's about 400 subs away from that 100K black. But I think that when YouTube does the double checking on this, I don't think they'll give it to her.
What? What is this?
Pathetic. She's so fat, she's so gross, she will never find love. Pathetic. The only one who can love this woman is the good Lord up above, proud and pathetic. She will never change, she will always stay the same. Pathetic and insane. Pathetic. Very scary, he don't care to hate.
Damn, I'm jet lagged.
Pathetic.
It's so weird for me. The concept is so okay. Maybe I don't know. I'm not totally skinny, right? Like I'm on the upper end of my healthy body weight. But there has never been a point in my life where I have thrown myself at men. And it's so strange to watch people of any size, women of any size, throw themselves at men. I don't know. I don't get it.
Hello, little gherkins. Well, Begging Betty has been busy lately. She put out a grocery haul, a mukbang of some sort of cottage pie that would make prison food look gourmet, and the most offensive fajitas I have ever witnessed in my life. But I've been busy, and there's something a bit more interesting for us to review today. And it's what's going on behind the scenes. We've all been talking about how her subscribers are increasing very quickly, but her views are going down. So we assume she's been buying subs. But that's not necessarily the case. She's participating in a sub for sub scheme to get to 100,000 subscribers, which is against terms of service. We'll recap the live stream from yesterday, where this is brought up, and then get into what the community has found. Let's get into it.
I'm eating a bowl of tuna with green pepper. The tuna has mayo, mustard, dill, hot sauce, salt and pepper.
Dude, I don't know why that's a meal for you. First of all, it's not just one can. It's obviously several cans. I think Chicken Pickle's gonna mention that too. But why can't you just make one can, which is more than enough, and make a sandwich and then put your leftovers in the fridge to make another sandwich at a later time? Why is this so difficult for you, Chantal? But no. You've got a secondary dish off to the side out of the frame, right?
That is a lot of tuna. I make tuna salad often, and there's no way that's one can of tuna. That is easily 3 to 4 cans, if not more.
Being lazy today? Yeah, sort of me too. No.
I actually had to wait to even cover this one because I've been pukey all day because of the pain in my leg. And watching her eat, because she has absolutely no table manners and she eats like the grossest shit ever, is a little too much for me when I'm feeling like that.
Talked with my family. I cleaned my bedroom, changed the sheets, did laundry, cooked. watched a lot of videos. I'm eating tuna, and I have some.
She cleaned her bedroom. I cleaned my bedroom. She cleaned her bedroom. Okay. Okay, girlfriend.
Noodles too. Yeah, pretty just normal stuff, you know? There's a lot more than I've done today. I mean, I'm not used to doing so many, like, domestic things like normal people do. So for me, I'm, you know.
I'll never get over how proud of herself she is for doing the most basic tasks.
Yes, follow me on Twitch, guys. See the link there? Can I pin it? Oh, it's pinned. Okay. Miriam plays games. So any streams that I do from now on for gaming, they're going to be on this Twitch channel I made because I can't get into my old Twitch, which sucks because I have like 5,000 viewers. I still have money in there, like I can't get to because I can't change any of my info and like, anyway.
Sorry to break it to anyone, but unless something actually interesting happens during one of those gaming streams, I have zero interest in watching or covering her gaming.
Yeah, me neither. She's terrible. She's not even good at gaming. So like, who the fuck is gonna watch her?
Dan, am I gonna do more Dan the Life vlogs? Yeah. Might get boring for you guys, but
Because you do absolutely nothing all day. The only interesting part of your day in the life vlogs are watching you herple around a 5 square foot area while pouring sweat and being proud of yourself for absolutely no reason.
Now to smash these noodles. I added some tomato cream to them.
There's no reason that large bowl of tuna and peppers wouldn't be enough food. Her just pulling a bowl of noodles out of nowhere is so on par for Chantal that nobody even bats an eye.
The pillows haven't moved in weeks. Why do people like they analyze the pillow placement? Stop.
I literally get sick watching her eat. It just makes me sick watching like the portion sizes, the way she eats. It's fucking spaghetti. Come on. Don't you know how to twirl it in a spoon and not, you know, flip it up so that it's getting specks of sauce all over you? Oh my god.
Stop it. What the heck? I guess the sofa is not the most comfortable place whenever you're, you know, I don't know. Why be in the living room? It's mostly for when we.
I don't know. A month or so ago, you were bragging about how comfortable that sofa was and how you could jump on it, right? You could totally jump on that sofa, right? Yeah.
I guess when we can just like be in the bedroom, you know.
So pretty much 90% of her life is spent between the kitchen and laying seal position in bed. Yeah, we definitely need more day in the life vlogs.
Give her sure lunch with Scylla. I have to make him kind of different versions of the food I make, like, or different things right now. His tummy, so.
You are not. Shut up. You are not making multiple meals in different variations. He literally does not live there. And somebody else is taking care of him right now. Give me a break.
You were already doing that prior to this alleged surgery, because he only eats chicken nuggets.
When can I go on my next trip? I might have something coming up, but I'm keeping it a surprise. Oh my god. Red alert. Oops. Oh, there's.
She has to do another visa run by April. So she'll probably go visit her family again or have some sort of Thailand vacation. I don't think she wants to go to Thailand again because weed is going to be no longer legal unless you have a medical reason. So she's going to have to find a country where she can party, right?
What's this? I'll have a few of these, just a few.
Someone who knows, tell me what the time frame on travel after gallbladder removal surgery would be, so we can compare when they go on whatever visa run trip they are planning. I love that she just smashed several cans of tuna, bell pepper, at least 2 packs of noodles, and immediately went for her stash of table snacks. She's such a healthy queen.
The health benefits.
Well, if it's anything like an appendectomy, which I imagine it probably is, there is like a 2-week recovery period afterwards that you have to stay home for like 2 weeks. He's obviously not at their home, right? He can't be going out like this if he's recovering from a surgery. So he is recovering in a different location.
The fasting, I know, Hamdi. Fasting has always been hard for me, like with binge eating disorder, but not during Ramadan because of the fact that you can still eat like iftar. So it's like, you know, I don't eat till later in the day anyway, so I don't find it that hard. What I find hard is the no water. That is really hard because I'm always thirsty. So I'm gonna have to watch what I eat too, because also during Ramadan, I know it's like a time where you're don't like pig out at iftar, you know, just like it's a time to reflect and think modestly and think of, you know, of the people who don't have food and try to not eat as much. So I'm gonna try.
Spoiler alert. At most, Chantal is going to pretend she's fasting during Ramadan while on camera, but she'll be eating like normal when the camera is off. Just like she did during her vegan era.
Are those couches comfortable? Yeah, they're on the firmer. They look firm. They're not hard. It's like a firm cushion, but they're still cushiony, so they're comfortable. It's just I need something like really soft for my leg, and my mattress is pretty soft. So I know people say firm mattress is better. No, it hurts me more. I tried, but like laying on here, it's too firm. You know?
Didn't she tell us recently that she switched back to the firm mattress after Salah's friend told them her back issues are probably from the new soft mattress, and she said it was helping?
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what she told us. She gave us a lot of different excuses for her ridiculous bedbound story arc that occurred right after a live stream in which somebody asked her, aren't you worried about becoming bedbound? And she said, that's not going to happen. And then a few, like not even 24 hours, you guys. A few hours later, she's like, oh no, I'm bedbound. Oh my God, I am bedbound now. And then she was trying to find every excuse in the world for what was the reason for her being bedbound. And yeah, that was one of the things, is the new bed is firmer than the old bed, I guess, or vice versa. Oh, it's softer. Okay, so the new bed is softer than the old bed, and she wanted to switch the beds back, and probably Salah was like, no, bitch, you're going to be sleeping where you are. You're making this bullshit up. You're going to sleep right here. You want to have this story arc for your fucking channel? I don't care, as long as you're making money. But you're not going to make me move furniture. Fuck that bullshit.
Diabetics are exempt. Well, that's it. Like if you're type 1 and your blood sugar drops a lot, I would say yes, you're exempt. If you have even if with binge eating disorder, you would be exempt, because if it triggers binges for you by fasting, then, you know, God would understand that. But for me, I did it last Ramadan, so I'm going to be okay, because I know I can still eat iftar, and by the time I get hungry later in the day, and I'm already starting to make the iftar, and then I can eat by like 6 or so, you know? So I'm going to do it because my blood sugar levels improve.
She's literally going to stay up all night fucking binging and then go to sleep during the daytime hours so that she's just like not even awake during the time that they have to fast. And then she'll wake up just in time for her to have another meal.
With fasting, they don't dip, you know, too far down. So it's actually beneficial health-wise for me to do it. So that's why I'm going to do it too, you know. Fasting not allowed for diabetics, really? I find my blood sugars improve, like if I fast. If I intermittent fast.
Mm-hmm.
Your blood sugar levels get better with fasting because every time you eat, you're driving your levels up with excessive carbs and sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Have you forgiven him more? Yeah, whatever. I mean, I've stopped using that word, you know, like, it's true, I shouldn't use it, and there's other, you know, I'm just not going to use it anymore. I stand by that. I didn't.
Well, it took you a while. I mean, you doubled down on it on like 3 different live streams. But I'm glad that you've at least come to this portion of your story arc where you realize it's an anti-Semitic term and that you should not be using it. So I'm glad that you've moved on and grown somewhat.
Mean it that way, and I didn't know, but, you know, yeah, I should have stopped. So, whatever. I don't pay attention to Gore World at all anymore, basically. So
Yeah, you
I don't have like any feelings towards it.
She's referring to using the word goblin. We'll see if she actually sticks to this newfound resolution, or if she'll go right back to it when she's raging. And yes, when she's raging. Because we all know this unbothered phase won't last long.
Right.
Can you do a story time about your 9th birthday?
Why?
Oh my gosh. I think my 9th birthday might have been, I think that was the one where my mom burnt my eyeball with a curling iron. She was curling my bangs. She insisted on curling my bangs all the time. They looked so ugly. And I was like, I don't want my bangs curled. I was like, stop. And I turned around and she accidentally hit me in the eye with the curling iron. And then I had to go to the hospital.
It's amazing you don't have a scar from that happening. You know, I mean, like, when my mom accidentally burnt my hand when I was a little kid, I had a scar on my hand for the rest of my life. But it doesn't look like anything happened to your eye. Quite amazing.
And I had to have a patch on my eye for my 9th birthday. And I was semi-sweet because I got a huge Barbie mansion.
One thing about Chantal is she can always pull a story out of her ass at all times.
Yeah.
Do you have regrets about some things on YouTube? Yeah, probably, I would say. But I don't like to dwell on, like, regret because it just brings you down for nothing, you know? You just have to learn and move on. Honestly, if I regret anything, it's ever giving any negativity any attention. Like, fighting back with haters or stuff like that, you know? I hate that. I should have never done that, you know?
And you'll do it again. It's part of your cycle.
You should do blood sugar readings before and after mukbangs. Yeah, I guess, maybe. So why do I not like a person I don't know? It's time to step away from YouTube. I don't like to judge other people because of others' words. Live and learn, yeah. And you know what? Like, I've done some really shady things in the past. I've realized that, like, it's going to be normal for people not to like me, you know?
Save this for when she again tells her new subs she has never done anything for anyone not to like her.
Did you know that B Loves Life? She has millions of subscribers. She built her channel, like, grew her channel by doing sub for sub, apparently. Sub for sub is against her loser.
She looks absolutely terrible when she's squinting to read these comments. Girlfriend, get your reading glasses. We are now towards the end of February. You supposedly had that eye doctor appointment on December 18th. I don't think it fucking happened. You don't have a new prescription, do you, Chantal?
I don't see why you can't support each other. Maybe if you're doing it, like, in a shady way, you know? But I don't see why you can't just go and, like, hang out with people in a chat and be like, sub to my channel, I'll support your channel. Like, why not, you know? Why would they want to discourage people sharing, you know? I can see if it's, like, I don't know how it would be. I don't know.
Chantal, you've been on YouTube far too long to be playing stupid about terms of service.
Yeah.
When creators use sub for sub to get more subscribers on YouTube, not only is it ineffective in getting subscribers who will actually watch your videos, but it violates YouTube's community guidelines, which is grounds for a YouTube community guidelines strike and eventually having your channel terminated. It falls under YouTube's spam, deceptive practices, and scams policies. It's okay to subscribe to a friend's channel and vice versa, or to ask your audience to subscribe to your channel. However, if you do this as part of exchange, it's not allowed. YouTube does not allow fake engagement, which includes anything that artificially increases the number of views, likes, comments, or other metrics, including subscribers. What Chantal fails to realize is that if something is amiss, this community is going to find out exactly what is going on.
Wow.
The amazingly talented two-tailed caperer located the channel that Chantal is using to farm subs. Using that information, Mo Translates, who is an absolute asset to this community, whether they are on YouTube or Twitter, went and reviewed that channel's live streams and caught Chantal actively participating in sub for sub and begging for 800 more subscribers so she can hit 100,000. Mo even took time to translate the live stream and chat for us in a video that she posted on.
I'm surprised that, you know, in this day and age, that she would even think that this could be acceptable or accomplished when so many people got in trouble on Twitter for having fake followers. For years. Like, that was years ago and shit. And she's like, I don't know, it sounds totally perfect. I can absolutely do this. Really? Okay.
Twitter, which she gave me permission to play here. Take a look.
A gift from me to you. Thank
الله
you.
عليكي. طب ما كنت خليتيها بالدينار الكويتي. ثانكس فور يو ماي دير فريند مريم. ثانكس ماي دير فريند. الله يجازيكي خير يا مريم يا رب. هدية مني ليكي. شكرا لجميع الذين رحبوا بي. اهلا بيك يا مريم. ثانكس فور يو ماي دير سيستر. ثانكس مريم. ثانكس ماي دير سيستر. تسلمي يا مريم. ميرسي جدا جدا ليكي وشكرا ليكي يا مريم على الواجب الجميل او الهدية الجميلة بتاعتك دي يا مريم.
Holy crap.
يا ويلكم حبيبتي. تسلمي لي يا مريم حبيبه قلبي. انت اللي حبيبتي يا مريم. ربنا يخليكي يا قمر يا رب. مريم سيبي لي كومنت على المنتدى يا مريم. مبروك عليكي هديه صغيره من اختك تكات يا مريم. مبروك عليكي.
Oh my God. You know, like, if this woman knew anything about her, there's no way she would be pumping her up like that. If she has any history about Chantal, who's now going by 3 different fucking names: Foodie Beauty, Miriam, Chantal, Marie. If this woman knew anything about her, there is no fucking way she would be trying to help her.
مريم لو سمحتي سيبي لي كومنت على المنتدى عندي يا مريم سيبي لي كومنت على المنتدى عندي لو سمحتي بليز.
I left you a comment.
كتر تعليق ليكي على المنتدى منذ تسلمي لي مريم. ثانكس ماي دير سيستر. ثانكس مريم.
Wow, how embarrassing for you. I need 800 subscribers.
توكي ليه 800 شخص اللي كي اصبح 100,000. هاتوا الرابط بتاع every day يا مريم. هاتوا الرابط بتاعها يا ميدو لو سمحت. ده اقل واجب نعمله معاها طبعا. اقل واجب. هاتوا الرابط بتاعها يا مريم يا ميدو علشان نحط مريم هنا على المثبت وكلكم خشوا عندها يا جماعه.
Wow, that's so gross, you guys. I think she's only 400.
كيف طلعت نصحى؟ ما انا فاهمه يا ساره وفاهمه من اول ما دخلت عشان نكمل ال 100,000. ان شاء الله هنكمل لها ال 100,000 باذن الله تكمل وهي طول ما هي معانا. انا دخلت عندها ست. برافو عليك يا ام يوسف. برافو عليك. يلا يا جماعه كل اللي معايا على مريم. برافو عليك. يلا يا جماعه كل اللي معايا على اختكم مريم قربت على ال 100,000. قربت على الدرع. نفسها توصل للدرع. ممكن تخشوا عندها. مريم انا كمان اشتركت عندك يا مريم وفعلت زر الجرس. تمام اوكي عشان نبقى مع بعض دايما. بسم الله ما شاء الله. الله اكبر عليكي. الله اكبر عليكي. والله زي القمر يا جماعه. ايه المشكله؟ ما شاء الله عليها. هي عايشة في الكويت. أيوة هي تم برافو. تم عندك يا مريم. برافو. تم عندك أختي مريم. برافو يا إيهاب. برافو يا جماعة. ادعموها يا جماعة. ادعموها وفرحوها. هي متعشمة خير في إخواتها المصريين وإخواتها العرب وإخواتها المسلمين. فرحوها وخشوا كلكم عندها. والله كان بيشتغل. حصل عندك يا مريم من فضل تسلمي. تم. برافو عليك يا مسلم. يلا يا جماعة كلكم عند مريم. فرحوها زي ما فرحتنا ودخلت عندنا.
Wow. That's so gross. Oh my God. I think she's only 400 away now, you guys. Maybe even less. That was a couple hours ago. Wow. These people are going to be really ashamed when they find out what kind of person.
صاحبة القناة انت لطيفة جدا وجميع الحضور ايضا. ميرسي جدا ليكي يا مريم. انت اللي الطف. ميرسي جدا. ميرسي يا مريم. انت اللي لطيفة جدا وجميلة جدا جدا.
Mo also found that at least one person from the new Arabic audience was already talking shit about Chantal in Arabic in her live stream, and Salah didn't even delete it, and he was actively modding at the time. In English, this person commented being supportive of Chantal, but in the live chat in Arabic, she says Salah is only with Chantal for citizenship.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how Chantal likes to pretend we only come up with these theories because we hate her, but brand new people with no idea of the lore say the same exact thing? Here's the thing. Chantal can do whatever she wants to get to 100,000 subscribers, but it won't mean anything. She didn't gain subscribers because they like her channel and content. She'll do it by breaking terms of service and having people subscribe to her in exchange for subscribing to them. Nothing more. She'll have a big celebration, but for what? She'll still be a loser with a dying channel and a miserable life. Congratulations. Anyway, I'm curious about your thoughts, so let me know down below and I'll see you later, little gurk.
Yeah, not only that, the name is going to be inaccurate if she doesn't change it tonight because of all this bullshit that she's doing to try and get to 100K. Um, okay, I got another video. Let me first off copy the link on this one so I can drop it in the description box. And then let's look at garlic bread.
Areas. We then see her standing and reading about.
Let's pull it back.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for Chantal has done an Independence Day vlog. She starts off saying her makeup was done in Kuwait's colors. We then see an edit of her eating, followed by Hemio. We then see them in the car with, of course, her eating. This is followed by B-roll of the, quote, mosques and villas, as well as an amusement park. We see her walking around complaining about the traffic, the crowds, citing they are specifically trying to go to lesser visited areas. We then see her standing and reading about the history of Kuwait. She talks about how much she loves Kuwait and that she's from Canada. Her husband is, of course, with her, and she loves the food in Kuwait. This is going to be a repetitive theme throughout the video, but if you do choose to watch the video, at the 5-minute and 32-second mark, we finally see something happen that we've talked about for the longest time. Because she cannot see her feet, she trips over a curb. She then laughs this off and trips again, trying to go down a curb.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to be fair, based on the traffic we see here, if something had happened, how on earth are they going to assist her? How?
No, but on top of it, she's basically taking stories from other smaller channels like myself. I've spoken many times about how my leg has collapsed under me and that I've fallen to the ground. She's trying to make this sciatica story real for her by doing that sort of stuff. I think that she's capable of walking better than you think, right? But she wants to. Why would you put that on camera, right? When she's doing the editing of the video. She's editing the video. So clearly she wanted her audience to see her stumbling and fumbling along. But she didn't get hurt. She didn't fall to the ground, right? But she is taking that from channels like me, where I have actually had situations where I've fallen. Not on camera, but I have talked about times when I've been out with my mom, when I've been out with my boyfriend, and I have had situations where my leg has collapsed under me and I have fallen to the ground. This woman is a copycat. That's all she does.
Are they going to get someone out to her? I mean, there's a lot of people around, but are they equipped to provide care for her? This is why we've constantly told her to put her health first, and she refuses to do so. And for someone that had such limited mobility that they couldn't get out of their bed with their sciatica, right, it's amazing for me to see her try to regain her balance this way.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, we see traffic B-roll, we hear people blowing their horns, we look at a bunch of cars, and then she says we will be treated to a special mukbang.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. All the groceries.
Wait, she also said that there was going to be fireworks, and they decide not to go watch the fireworks when their apartment complex is literally on the water of the Persian Gulf. And presumably the fireworks are being shot up over the Gulf. So she only needed to walk across the street to get footage of that. That's amazing, you guys.
All the meals she was going to cook, those have went to the wayside in favor of takeout. She has a large bowl of lentil soup, which she states was more than she expected. And then she has a box.
Yeah, I guess she doesn't know how to ask for a cup of soup rather than a bowl of soup. This woman is 40. She will be 40 on March 11th, according to her. And she doesn't know the basics of like food measurements. She doesn't know a lot about food. Yet she's so large, she's clearly shoveling it down her pie hole, right?
And I mean a literal box full of food. She doesn't edit and cites that she spilled some of the soup and she needed to get set up, if you will, off camera. Once she returns, there's more food there than she can actually fit in frame. She has to separate the chicken and then covers the rice with butter and sausage. She says this is her favorite meal. After 10 minutes and 31 seconds of talking about being a revert, she eats a wing with both hands, drops the chicken on her, eats it off her abaya, and then, and I will say this again, there is no way she shares this food with anyone because she is pouring sauces, she's adding spoonfuls of yogurt, she is making this rice, quite frankly, to her specifications, not anyone else's.
Yep.
If this was meant for someone else, she would have separated out a portion for them and left a portion for her. She says that they missed the opportunity to show the fireworks, but they felt that showing the lights and people with flags was enough. She then reiterates that she loves Kuwait and clearly feels the best way to express her love is by eating the country's food. She says that people are going to ask her,
she only needed 1/4. I mean, the doctor told her to have no more than a handful of rice with her meals. And she is eating what is the equivalent of a portion of rice that could be for 4 to 6 people.
does she actually love about living there? She leads this off with her husband is there.
Okay.
I guess in a way she overlooks that, he could be anywhere.
Yeah, you could.
That just because a person is there shouldn't create a scenario where you love something. She then carries on to say, it's, quote, hard to describe the vibe. And saying that she had different expectations, but was surprised at how different it was there. More different.
How do you even know? You never leave the apartment. What are you even talking about? You've not made any friends? You never leave the apartment unless Salah drags you around to do some vlogging so that you can get some footage of empty, deserted places where there's nobody around. What are you talking about? What's the vibe?
Than she could have imagined. And then she talks about her being a Muslim while eating a meal that, if we're being generous, could satisfy more than 2 or 3 people. She goes over the meal again, talking about this being, quote, part of what she loves about being here. So what you're left with in this video is food and her husband. Things that are 100% not region specific. You could get this food, perhaps not actual food, but you could get this food in a variety of places globally.
Yeah.
Salah could live anywhere he sees fit.
Yep.
And to that point, there is so much food here, as I mentioned in the beginning, she has to grab chicken off camera. The chicken doesn't even fit in the frame. Even to my point, she explains that she has had to put 8 different sauces on the rice. 8.
Why?
She then goes over Kuwait's independence briefly, cites the Gulf War, and says that she will, quote, finish dinner without us. Now, to me, this really wasn't a Kuwait independence video. This was, let's go outside and film just enough to make it look like I went outside.
Right.
Let's show them just enough to make them feel like we're together. And then...
Yeah, and she totally left America out of this story when we're the ones who came in and liberated Kuwait. So let's be real.
We're going to sit down and you're going to film, or I'm going to have a camera set up and then eat a whole bunch of food. what I'm really perturbed by with this is when you're sitting there and telling us the biggest reasons you're there are Salah and the food, why aren't you sharing both of them with us? Right, if those are the two most important things, why isn't he, and I don't really care if he is or not, but why isn't he sitting there having dinner? Why aren't they talking about their expense? I understand the channel is Everyday Miriam, which, in case you weren't aware, is now 400 subscribers away from the 100,000 mark. And it's going to be very interesting when she hits that, because you haven't watched, a lot of people in the community have came out and talked about how she's been shown in other chats, talking about how close she is, the probability of sub for sub, her in a way admitting to it and bringing up another creator saying, well, they did it, so I did it, and everything's okay.
Right, okay.
Now, if you followed her long enough, you know that she did actually lose her channel before. And I'm under the impression that her losing her channel for the Omegle incident is a huge part of why she wouldn't get the plaque to begin with. But even more so, this very artificial influx of subscribers by her subscribing to a bunch of channels and then them subscribing back to her is going to be very noticed through YouTube. Even if she doesn't keep her subscriptions public, that would kind of shield us from being able to see that. And then I just want to close with one final point, because I don't really watch a lot of other creators in the space, but one thing that was brought to my attention is Chantal saying she's going back to Twitch. Now, I initially, to be fair, thought she would be going back to Twitch to kind of prevent YouTube streamers, people kind of going and taking her lives, just being on a different platform, because sometimes YouTube, as we've seen, doesn't like when someone takes something other than YouTube content, takes it from another space of social media, and then just carries it over.
Okay.
So I thought perhaps that was kind of her way to address that. I'll just go onto Twitch. If they snipe me, then so be it. But I think the reality is she was watching FFG, who says she's going to go back to doing Twitch, and Chantal likely followed suit because she has to defend herself there, just like everywhere else.
Wow.
So other than that, I'm going to leave you with the top comments from this video. I greatly appreciate you watching it, and hopefully you do learn a little bit more about the actual independence of Kuwait, what Chantal didn't care to explain, because most of her audience, I would assume, from North America, actually knows probably a lot more and probably live in countries that had a lot more to do with the independence of Kuwait than Chantal would ever want to project in a video, because that would take away time from, of course, eating. Again, love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching it. Be back as soon as I can.
Thank you, Gorlick Bread. So, that's today's update, I guess. God damn, Chantal. So you're going to be stuck with this name because of the shit that you're doing right now. You capture his link. You're going to be stuck with that name. A name that your husband assigned to you. And your husband doesn't even have like a romantic relationship with you. He is not in your house. He is not recovering there. You are not feeding him. You are feeding you. So you're going to be stuck with that name. That's like, okay, a lot of us who have been married, when we get divorced, we go back to our maiden name. That's what I did. That's why my name is Jenna Beck and not J-Lo, because that's what my name was. It was J-Lo. But the thing is, you put absolutely, you're such a child. Oh my God, you're like 40 years old and you're such a child. You really don't think about business strategy, about marital strategy, about just life strategy. You're not thinking about any of it. And I guess you're giving us content to talk about. But half of the time you're making me so sick that I throw up. So I have to be really careful about like how much I actually watch, because you're fucking gross. You're fucking gross. And you know you are. You're morbidly obese. You're death fat. And watching you shovel food into your mouth like that, having no table manners, putting food directly on the table rather than on a plate, like you did with that one meal where you had the fajitas, and you put the bell peppers on the table directly. I mean, you couldn't get like a side dish out for that? Why are you so goddamn gross? And you think your new fans are not going to see this and unsubscribe? It's so gross, dude. It's so gross. Alright, well, thank you to the 2 content creators that I tagged along with today. The pickle and garlic bread.